Thank you very much. Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, allow me, on behalf of the Azerbaijan delegation, to greet you. The legislatures of the countries we represent play a progressive role in the establishment of peace and justice, as not in the topic we are discussing, in terms of the close links they have with civil society, state institutions and populations. The parliamentary institutions has an undeniable potential for achieving the peace and the dialogue between the nations, countries and regions, different civilizations and cultures. First, let me say that we are pleased to see that our Armenian colleagues finally started talking about the principles of international law, recalling that Armenia has been refusing even a slight hint to territorial integrity for decades. I also want to remind my Armenian colleagues that there is no administrative unit called Nagorno-Karabakh in Azerbaijan. That territory is called the Karabakh Economic Zone of the Republic of Azerbaijan. Armenia has no moral right to talk about international law. Its allegations on so-called ethnic cleansing and occupation are ridiculous. Azerbaijan is a multicultural country and ethnic Armenians from Karabakh region are welcome to be part of this multicultural model. It is Armenia and its illegal separatist regime that pushed local Armenian residents to move. Armenia has for decades promoted the idea of impossibility of coexisting with Azerbaijan at the state level, which led to this situation. For about 30 years, 20% of our territory, Azerbaijan territory, was under the occupation of Armenia. Also, the UN Security Council adopted 4 resolutions in 1993 requiring the Armenian armed forces to leave Azerbaijani settlements. These documents remained unimplemented for 27 years. In 2020, Azerbaijan restored its territorial integrity with its own efforts. However, for 3 years after the end of the war, Armenia continued to maintain its military contingent on the territory of Azerbaijan and supplied it with weapons. Azerbaijan proposed a peace agreement to Armenia to normalize relations between the two states, consisting of 5 basic principles of international law. Unfortunately, this human step taken by Azerbaijan remained without any answer, and the final peace agreement has not yet been signed. Over the past 3 years, Azerbaijani government has taken practical steps to reintegrate the local Armenian population into Azerbaijani society. The president of the country appointed a member of the Azerbaijani parliament as a special representative to conduct negotiation with the representative of Armenian residents living in Karabakh. Milli Majlis, our parliament, using the capabilities of parliamentary diplomacy, actively participates in the implementation of the existing innovations related to the establishment of regional peace as a whole. To continuing regular military provocations forced Azerbaijan to conduct local anti-terrorist measures on 19-20 September in these years. As a result of these actions, which lasted only for 23 hours, aimed only to neutralizing the military infrastructure, the illegal military groups were neutralized and disarmed. The President of Azerbaijan guaranteed social security, economic, religions, education, and municipal freedoms to the local Armenian population. A portal for applications has been created to formalize the process of reintegration of Armenians. Despite this, the local Armenian population decided to move from the territory of Azerbaijan. Their relocation took place completely, voluntarily, freely, accompanied by media representatives. During the resettlement, they received the necessary assistance from Azerbaijan law enforcement agencies and medical personnel. People were provided with water and food, and they themselves confirmed this when they found themselves on the territory of Armenia. No violent methods of pressure were recorded on them. This was confirmed in a statement made by a representative of the UN High Commissioner for Refugees in Armenia, Kavita Belani. In addition, last 30 years, for the first time in these years, 2 UN missions visited the region on October 1st and 10th. Missions officials said there was no damage caused to civilian infrastructures, hospitals, schools, religious or public facilities in the area. Today, the Azerbaijani state is interested in signing a final peace agreement with Armenia to forget 30 years of hostility and achieve a sustainable peace. This can serve as a solid basis for lasting peace in the South Caucasus. There is no other alternative than peace. Thank you very much.